What's up, agents, and welcome back to another Division video. Today we're going to talk all things Heartbreaker. It's had some pretty serious changes this past week, and there's been a lot of things flying around, and I thought I would clear things up with a bit of maths and explain what has exactly happened. But before we get started, be sure to hit that subscribe button, give this video a thumbs up, hit the bell so you're notified for more Division content. Or even better, come on over to Twitch. I could be streaming live right now. Hit that follow button. And if you need a community Discord, or you need some help with raids or countdown groups, be sure to check out my community Discord, and you'll find the link in the description down below. And with all that said, let's get started. So we'll very briefly talk about the story of Heartbreaker. Now, it had a rough ride in the PTS. There was 3 phases of PTS, and they changed the talent considerably at PTS 2, and we should have been able to test that when PTS 3 came round, but the gear set was crashing the PTS and they had to remove it from public testing. So we never got to test the new talent at that point. Unbeknownst to us at that point, because nobody really took anything from that. They just thought, oh, they've changed the talent, nothing else will have changed. But what we didn't know was that the damage bonus at that point had accidentally been changed from additive to multiplicative. And I'm sure a lot of you know by now, multiplicative damage in the Division is the best type of damage you can get. Spotter has multiplicative damage. When you look on your Fox's prayers and you see damage to target out of cover in yellow, that is multiplicative damage, leading to why your Foxes and your Contractor's gloves were king for such a long period of time, because that is the best kind of damage. So when TU15 dropped, everybody just thought this was right. They changed the talent, and nobody had realised that in doing that, also, the damage had become multiplicative. So turns out that was a problem, and we were way too powerful, and now it has been reverted back to additive as it should have been always intended. So it's not actually been a nerf. Obviously it feels like a nerf. We had it for quite a long period of time, and that's why the word nerf is being thrown out everywhere. But if we had to take Massive at their word, the gear set has been fixed and put back to how it should be with the new talent, because it was the talent that was changed, because we was losing stacks far too easily. And then they made it like strikers, where now we can build up with the rock and roll and we only lose a stack every couple of seconds. So with all that said, I've released many build videos, and I have one build video saying the hardest hitting AR build in the game right now, and this is it. You're looking at it at the moment. But what people have been saying is, well, is Heartbreaker even any good now? Is it good? Is it rubbish? Should we still be running? Is this build still viable? And well, I thought what we'll do, we'll clear that up as well. So just before we get started with clearing that up, I'm going to throw this up on the screen here. And this is going to show you all the damage numbers. I don't even need to shoot in the range. I can shoot in the range in a second to show you that the numbers match up. But new Heartbreaker is what we have now, and bugged Heartbreaker was what we had before the patch this week. So as you can see, a head hit on health enemies was pretty much 700k more a crit hit headshot. And then you can see a normal head hit, there's about 400k difference. It's when you look at the armor values, then you start to feel a little bit more winded by it. The bugged Heartbreaker, I was hitting for nearly 2.3, and now I'm hitting for just about 1.7. But that's still insanely powerful, and it still comes in way above high end, where if you like to run the shotgun and run like that. And what I'll do is I'll just quickly show you. So we're on the invulnerable now, because doing with the armored version's a bit scuffed in the range, so we'll do it with this one. I'm going to build the stacks up. all the way up to the top, and you'll see the numbers that we just had previously when I get to the top. Then I'm going to switch, I'm going to fire that there, and you can see 2054, which is exactly, I think, the number that we had. I'll make it smaller on the screen, but you should be able to still make it out. So if we wander out of here, and I'll change to my AR DPS build, you know, and I think this would pretty much be said that this is a really good build. What we'll do, we'll put the Kingbreaker on. Now, obviously, with putting the Kingbreaker on at this point now, we're losing this perfect flatline. But that's 20% multiplicative damage. But let's have a go anyway and see what we get. We get 1,000,000. Shoot up here, 1.3. 1.3 million. And that's a constant. Now, I'll tell you what we'll do then, just to make it a little bit fair. We'll go and change the talent on a gun that we've got. We're still nowhere near. Let's change the carbine. And we'll put strained on. I always used to run strained on the carbine. Used to be amazing. Kingbreaker that I've got's got quite a bit of an advantage. So by about 10, it's got 10% extra weapon damage on it. So we'll play that into account as well. You know, we're going to make sure we're being fair. And we'll go same target and let's get them stacked up to the top. You know, and we're still, what's that? 1.1111 there. He had 10% to that. We're still not near the whole 2 million mark. One other test we can do, although not very practical, is we can just put a pulse on. We can use the Kingbreaker, make sure we're getting, you know, the same damage bonus and accounting for flatline. And there you see 1572, which is significantly closer, but we can't constantly keep a pulse up with this build. We would need to change things around a little bit. We would have to run the linked laser pointer. Instead, we have to switch to the firewall specialization and run the linked laser pointer. We're going to lose 5% crit damage there and probably come down just a little bit further down, but there's still 500k more damage being done per shot, which is absolutely crazy. So the main question is, where do we need to be in Heartbreaker stacks for all this to be actually worth it? So let's build up our stacks. For a max. And we get a big number that we expect on the head. So when we get down to around 1.5, we're going to be equaling the high-end build with the linked laser pointer. It's 75% now, we're hitting for around 1.8. And we're just about there now, and we're around 50%. Just shy, I would say. Just shy of 50%. Which makes a very interesting point. If you were running just 4-piece Heartbreaker without the chest, you would only just be doing more damage than the high-end glass cannon build, or very, very similar. It's only when you put the chest on now does the Heartbreaker really excel. Because it's not terribly hard to keep up 50% of stacks, but it definitely does mean you're going to have to play shotgun to get up there and then do your very best to make sure that Heartbreaker bar is staying above 50%. Otherwise, you are dropping off damage compared to a high end. But that's probably pretty fair because it's going to keep them very equal. Then, you know, the Heartbreaker is better in some scenarios, and in other scenarios, high end where it sustains the damage much more constant, might be a better fit. But it's nice to know about the chest piece in comparison to glass cannon. But it does also show how powerful Heartbreaker was before this change. It wasn't just better than all the high ends, it was double better than all of the high ends. It was significantly way further ahead up the DPS register. It does have one more slight advantage, is that it's not just DPS that we're gaining here. You do get some armor, so if you're running any blue core attributes at the moment, you're actually getting more bang for your buck. So it's not just better in a DPS sense still, it's better for survivability also. So yes, Heartbreaker is still king. Yes, it was severely more powerful and it has taken a bit of a hit, but this build is still king for ARs if you want to play in this playstyle. It doesn't suit everybody, not everybody likes it, but this is the build for the most damage right now. Comment down below, let me know what you think of the change to Heartbreaker. That's what we'll call it, we're not calling it a nerf. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel, give this video a thumbs up, and indeed, like I've just said, comment and let me know what you think. Are you running Heartbreaker still? Have you changed to something else? Are you trying Spotter out? Have you gone back to glass cannon? Do let me know. And don't forget to come on over to Twitch and say hi there as well. Thank you for watching, everybody. I hope this video was informative, and I'll see you in the next one.